Hey, 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 fam bam. It's me. It's your girl, Santina. Woo, woo, woo. Excuse my foolishness. So, you guys, today I want to talk about the struggles of getting my dream job. Yes, the struggle is real. And I probably mentioned this on another video before. I probably mentioned it, but I didn't go like in depth, like in complete depth of everything. But in this video, I kind of want to share. And my personal dream job doesn't really have anything to do with, okay, I'm visually impaired, so they're giving me a hard time. It's nothing like that. My dream job actually has to do with blind and visually impaired people, right? So for a while now, for years, I've always wanted to work with visually impaired children. Like I grew up going to the NFB. I was in the NFB as a child. I grew up going to the School for the Blind, but it was in Michigan, so it's the Michigan School for the Blind. I grew up going to all these different camps for the blind, and I really enjoyed myself. And because I grew up in an abusive foster home, that was really like my safe place. That was really like my home. That's where I desired to be. Like, even when it was time for me to go back home from, these places, I would cry as a child because I didn't want to go home. I was one of the only children who was at camp or at the School for the Blind that was like, when it was time to go home, I was crying because I didn't want to go home. While other kids were homesick, while other kids' parents had to come get them early, while other kids couldn't wait to go home, I was the one who was like, no, I want to stay here. So that was me. That was my experience. And I appreciate like all the teachers, all the staff, everybody who, they didn't know my situation, they didn't know my upbringing, they didn't know what I was dealing with at home. But, just in the natural sense of them being so nice to me, showing me love, making me feel accepted, making me feel wanted, like, I appreciated that. And it's one of the things that helped change my life as I was growing up. If I didn't have those outlets, or if I didn't have those people that didn't know how special they were to me, if I didn't have them, I don't know where I would be. I don't know how I would have survived, the life that I was living growing up. So, in that sense, it's like I want to give back. I want to be that for another blind, or another blind child. I want to be that camp counselor that, some of the children love, or that teacher that some of the children love to be around, or teacher's aide, or youth leader, whatever the case may be. I just want to be a light in any child's life. You know what I'm saying? But my dream is just to work with blind children because that was my reality. That's how I grew up. I grew up as a legally blind child. So that's why my passion is more so for them. Now, I do have other areas that I want to do with other children, or with all children, but as far as a job standpoint, I really want to work with blind children. And it's not like I don't have to do anything where you need a degree. Like, I don't have to be a teacher or anything like that. Like, you don't have to have a degree to be a counselor, like a camp counselor at a camp. You don't, I mean, not a, not like a counselor like you counsel kids, but they call the camp counselors, they're the ones who assist the children. They're like the dorm parents, or we call them counselors, or camp counselors, or whatever. They're the people that help us, take us to breakfast, lunch, dinner, make sure we get dressed in the morning, make sure we get up, make sure we do everything we're supposed to do. We call them camp counselors. So I'm not speaking on a counselor from the standpoint of, counseling children. Yeah, you do have to have a degree for that. But, in that sense, I'm just talking about, being like a youth leader at camp. So, but my main job that I really, really want to do as far as a job, like those camp counselor things, that's volunteer work. People don't really get paid for that, but I would still enjoy doing it because that's something that I enjoyed growing up, and I enjoyed those people, and I want to be one of those people now. So anyway, I want to work at the school for the blind, you guys, or it's the school for the deaf and blind because, but my main goal is the school for the blind. I don't have any, like, I can't work with the deaf because I don't know anything about working with deaf children. I don't have any experience. But the school for the blind, I have experience. I grew up in it. I grew up around it. I have helped children along the way in life. I never had a job. I worked at a daycare and things like that. But as far as working strictly with the blind, working at the school for the blind or something like that, no. But it is a dream job for me, and since my husband and I moved out here to Columbus, Ohio, I felt like this is my chance, I've never lived in a city where there was a school for the blind. Like when I lived in Michigan, I lived in Detroit. School for the blind is not in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to go all the way to Lansing to get to the school for the blind. I don't know if all school for the blinds are in the capital of each state, but I know like here in Detroit, yes. So, yeah, I think it is in Lansing in Detroit. Yeah, I think it's in Lansing. But anyway, I used to go there every year as a child. I was little, so I'm trying to remember everything, but I remember going there. I remember being there. I remember all the fun I had. I remember all the things that I learned, and I just kind of want to be a part of helping children along their journey, just like people helped me, and it changed my life. It brought value to my life, and that's what I want to do. I want to bring value to other blind children's lives. So, last year, the beginning of last year, that's when my husband lost his job working with working for our pastor. And after that happened, I felt like, okay, we got to step it up. I need to find me a job. He's going to have to find him another job because also we lost most of our income from Social Security because we got married. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't report that you got married because then that's when they take everything away. And I know people believe that. And I know people who have gotten married and just didn't report it. But that's not us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're honest people. I don't want to try to, you know what I'm saying, do anything and get over on the government. And then next thing you know, I'll be one of the people that'll get caught up trying to get over. It's happened to me before. So I don't want, to do anything and then it catches up with me. And then all of a sudden I owe Social Security all this money because I didn't report I was married and somehow they found out I was married. No, man, forget that. I'm just going to be honest. And if they take our money away, then we just have to figure out how to make it work. Because to be honest, I want to be free from Social Security anyway. It's like you're stuck in a bondage kind of thing, so to speak. It's like you're only allowed to have this much money. You're only allowed to work part-time. And it's like, man, if you know that you can do something and make something great of yourself, then forget that. Go ahead and go out and get that job. Don't be afraid of losing that income just because it's a secure income and you know, okay, I'm going to get my $700 every month. I'm going to get my $1,200, however much money you get. If you know that you have skills and you're able to make something of yourself and it's beyond that $700, $800, $1,200 or whatever, by all means, get out there and get that good job and make that money. You don't have to worry about anybody saying, you're only supposed to have this much. We're going to have to cut you. You know, you don't have to worry about that. So I don't have to worry about that. I don't want to have to, I don't want to get a full-time job because then they'll cut my Social Security. Man, forget that. You know what I'm saying? That's why now we started this blogging channel. I mean, not blogging, but we started this I Married My Best Friend channel to bring awareness to blindness and being visually impaired and how we overcome and how we persevere. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to make something out of ourselves with that and with other things that we do. As you guys have probably saw, some of you saw our video of us doing music. That's something that can take us somewhere. We have things that God has blessed us with that we can, utilize, and it can bring in money for us. So we're just trying to learn how to do that so that we don't have to be going back and forth with the Social Security people and they're all in your business. They need to know how much money you have in your bank account. They need to know what you have. Do you get food stamps? How much do you get for this? Has anybody given you money as a gift? They're, you know what I'm saying? When you can get your own job or make your own job, make some money and don't have to worry about nobody being in your pocket, nobody being in your business, counting your money, counting how many people live in your house, all that crazy stuff. And, I don't have anything against Social Security. It's great for the people that need it. And I'm grateful for having it all the time that I had it. But at this point, because I'm married, it's almost as if they don't want us to have it anymore. So, hey, we got to do what we have to do, So that's why I'm out here trying to get my dream job now. And, my husband, of course, he's doing his thing. He's trying to get a job as well. So we're out here trying to make it happen. So we don't have to worry about, any little thing that we do that Social Security don't like, then they're just cutting our money. Like they took my husband's whole income because he got married, his whole check. And now we're both splitting SSI, which I was on SSI by myself at first, but now it's like we're both on SSI and we're splitting one SSI check. So that's basically nothing. We can't really do much with that. So we have to get out here and make something happen. And if we get a good job to where Social Security is like, well, you can't afford Social Security anymore, then so be it. Goodbye. Thank you for all the years that you've helped us, and that's that. I'm not going to be bound to, we need this. I don't want to lose my Social Security. I better not get a job. And a lot of people have that mindset. And it holds people back from being great or being something else that they could be and using their gifts and talents and becoming somebody great and not needing Social Security anymore. Some people are afraid to step outside of that. And I was there. I was once there too. But now I feel like God is forcing us out of that and forcing us to utilize our gifts and utilize our talents and utilize our voice and all the other things that he gave us, to make room for us, to make money and to be able to live a good life. We don't have to live on a fixed income anymore. We don't have to live on, living in subsidized housing, which, like I said, I'm not against these things. For the people that need it, hey, good, utilize it. I'm not turning my nose up to it, but because it's a situation where, we can't really utilize those things like that anymore, then we just have to move on. And that's just what it is. And it's okay. So, but anyway, I know I got a little sidetracked, but that's really what led us to looking for jobs for ourselves. And I was like, wow, we live in Columbus. The School for the Blind is in Columbus. This is an opportunity for me to get this job. So I'm like, okay. So I start filling out applications for jobs that I know I qualify for, like youth leader. The youth leader is the people who work in the dorms with the kids, because the School for the Blind is for the whole state of Ohio. So there are children coming from different cities to go to school there, and they have to live there for the week, throughout the week, and then they go home on the weekends, and then they come back on Sunday evening, and then they stay at school for the week, right? So the youth leader's job is to be like the house parents, everything that the children need outside of the classroom. That's the youth leader's job. And I know I can do that because I've done it, not for blind children, but working in a daycare. Yeah. I've done that for a couple years, and I've always been with kids, babysitting, a whole nanny to my brother's children for a couple years. Like, yes, I'm very good with children. Children love me. They're drawn to me. And I know that that's a good job for me. And I also signed up for youth leader. I say youth leader, I'm sorry. I also signed up for instructional aid, which is like a teacher's aide. You help the teacher out in the classroom. Both positions, you need the same qualifications. The only difference is with the youth instructional aid, you do have to have a certificate, but you can get that while you're working. So basically, in order to get the job, you need the same qualifications, but you do need a certificate that you can get after you get the job. So that's what I was going to do. I don't really know how to go about getting it or what it is, but once I get hired, then I can say, okay, what's the certificate that I need? What do I need to do? And go from there. So I've been applying for this job, these two positions, since last June. Okay. Now it's February, and I've been applying for these same two positions. Every time a position pops up, I got it where I get a notification whenever a job description shows up that fits the job that I'm looking for at that school. I get a notification, and I immediately fill it out, and send it in, right? But every single time, I never, ever even get to the point where I can even get an interview. About a month later, I get an email saying, sorry, we didn't pick you for this. Sorry, we chose someone else for the position. They already chose somebody, right? And this just keeps happening month after month after month after month. So it's been like 8 months now. Going on 8 months since I've started filling out applications for these two positions. I have reached out to HR, to the supervisor at HR. I've called the school multiple times. I've reached out to other people that work there, because they have like a staff directory with all the staff's names and their positions and their emails. So youth leader position, I've reached out to a couple people that are youth leaders there. I haven't gotten any response, because I'm just trying to understand, how does this process go? What's going on? How long did it take you to get the job? Just to try to understand the process. So I did know that in the process, they hire the people that work there already. So if there's somebody who's a youth leader and they want a instructional aid position, they're able to turn their application in for that when the position comes up. And they will look at their application first. And if they qualify, then they'll get the job without them even looking at other people's applications that's coming in from the outside. And I understood that. So the first couple times when I did it and I didn't, they said they picked somebody already. It's like, okay, all right. Maybe somebody from the inside got the job, whatever. I don't know. But shoot, by the time November got here, I was like, okay, I need to reach out to somebody. Now, the first time when I filled out an application and I didn't hear anything back from HR in a month, I called the school. And the lady I talked to, she said, yeah, it took them 2 months to call me about a job. And so I was like, okay, maybe it'll take a couple months. But then we were in November at the time. So I'm like, hold on, something's not right, So I reached out to all the people that I said I reached out to. I didn't get any response. So I went to the NFB state convention because I had been talking to the president of the NFB of Ohio, and I've been talking to the president of Columbus chapter. So, I ended up being able, me and my husband ended up going to the NFB state convention. You still see a lot of videos down my timeline where I recorded, what that was like and what we did and everything like that. But while I was there, the superintendent of the school ended up being there. And so I'm like, man, this is it. This is it. If I can talk to this lady, this should set everything straight. So I was excited. I listened to her message, and she's talking about how, we want to have visually impaired and blind people work there. And, because it's, basically people that the children can relate to, or, whatever. So they want people like that. We're the ones that they want to hire. So I'm like, well, let me talk to this lady after the meeting. But after she got done speaking, I saw her getting up to get ready to leave. So I left my husband, I left my purse, I left my cane, I left everything. I said, she getting ready to go, Trey. Let me go talk to her real quick. So I go out the room and I catch up to her and I tell her who I am and tell her, how I've been filling out application after application. But it seems like either I don't hear anything back from the application, or if I do, they always, pick somebody before they even get to my application. So, she explained the process to me, and I told her, I understood that. I knew, that's why it took me months to even reach out to somebody, because I was just trying to trust the process. But at this point, I'm like, something's wrong. So she was like, she didn't understand why that was happening, because she's like, man, we would love to have someone like you, because like she said, she wants the blind people that work there. And then she was even speaking about, like different ethnicities. Like she wants all kinds of cultures. Like even me being African American, that was kind of like a thumbs up kind of thing, because they don't have a lot of African Americans or a lot of, different types of people working there. Like they want it to be completely like everybody come together, each nationality, and you know what I'm saying, I guess. So I'm like, shoot, I'm African American and I'm legally blind. Okay, I'm in. She wrote down her name for me on a card, her email, and her phone number where I can text her. And she told me to text her and just remind her that we talked, and then she's going to see what she can do about it. So she finally gets in touch with someone from HR, but only thing that happened was she told the lady from HR to email me. So the lady from HR emailed me and just said, well, this is our process. And I said, well, I understand the process. I have just, by this time it's December. I've just been filling out applications since June for the same 2 positions, and I'm trying to understand why my application hasn't even been looked at. Like they always find, and I know I'm one of the first people to turn my application in, because as soon as I get that notification, I don't waste no time. I fill that thing out and turn it in within like 10 minutes of me seeing that notification. So it's not like it's a day later or 2 days later or a week later. No, I turn it in right away. For me and Trey, like I was trying to get both of us a job. I was filling out applications for both of us. Hey, either we both gonna make it, or at least one of us gonna make it, and try to open up the door for the next, for the other. But I was really pushing my applications because it is my dream job. Trey, he was more so like, yeah, I think that'd be cool. But it wasn't something that he was like, oh, yes, this is what I want to do, like me. So, but she was like, well, let me take a look and see what's going on. And then she said, she came back and said, basically this is the process. Maybe somebody who works there internally, maybe their application got picked first and they qualified and they got the job. And I'm like, I done filled out like 12, between 10 and 12 applications. How? How? Youth leader is the lowest job that you can get working with the children. So it's like, is the cook signing up to work as a youth leader, the janitor, and they qualify? Like, I'm trying to figure out how even the lowest job working with the kids is, there's never an availability for somebody from the outside trying to come in. So basically, this last time, which was in January, a couple weeks ago, probably like not even 2 weeks ago, there was a job for both youth leader and instructional aide. So I filled out application for both of them, because those are the two positions that I've been trying to apply for. I turned them in. I reached out to the superintendent as well as the supervisor in the HR, right? I let them know, hey, I filled out my application just in case you wanted to look at it, or in case, I'm thinking maybe the superintendent might be able to pull some strings and pull an application and check it, and then she can just tell me if I qualify or not. I can't even get to that point. So I sent it to both of them. I sent an email, or I sent a message to both of them. I haven't heard anything from the superintendent. The lady from HR, she reached back out to me. She told me the process again. So she was like, hopefully, you'll get in, and thank you for continuing to, try and all of that. But I'm like, man, I didn't reach out to these people to hear the process. I know the process. I'm reaching out trying to see if y'all can check to see if there's something wrong, or is my application just sitting somewhere and nobody's seeing it, or are these people on their job with these applications? Because I know HR is very slow. It do be people that's not on their job. So it's like, is it, I just need y'all to look out for me and see what's going on. Because when I talked to the superintendent, I was feeling like, oh yeah, she's going to help me. She's going to help me. She's going to help me. All she did was put me in touch with somebody from HR. And then all HR did was say, this is our process. We have to hire from here first. And then if no one qualifies from here, then we'll go out and look at the other applications. Like, that's all that they're telling me. So I'm like, I did all this reaching out to people, chasing people down, trying to, what I'm saying, for nothing. And I'm like, I don't understand. So that's the struggle of me trying to get my dream job. It's like, Lord, what is it? Is it that that's not the job that I'm supposed to have? Is it that, maybe it's not the right time? Because even with God, everything is in his timing. And maybe it's just the wrong time, because I'm telling you, I filled out so many applications for the same two positions. And you mean to tell me every single application I put in, you just always find somebody before you get to, like, what is that? The school is not that big. It's not like it's 5 billion kids in the school, so I know that maybe they're overstaffed. I don't know what the case may be, but that superintendent lady said, we're looking for people. We're looking for people like you. So I'm like, yes, I talked to the right person. Jesus. But it's a struggle, you guys. It is a struggle. And I know that there are jobs that do hire people who already work there first. They hire people internally first. And if there's nobody who wants the job, or nobody who qualifies for the job internally, then they'll start to look at the applications coming in from the outside, which sucks. Because I feel like, shoot, they already have a job. It's people trying to get in that don't have a job. But y'all are hiring people who are already working, who have a job. Look out for the people who don't have a job and who's looking for a job. Like, what is that? But I know that that's the system in some jobs. That's what they do. They hire internally first. And I'm like, man, just forget the people that's trying to get a job. These people already got a check. They're already working. And it's people out here trying to get a job that don't have a check, that's trying to figure out how they're going to feed their family, how they're going to, fend for themselves. But it's like, oh no, we're going to get the people who already have a job first. And then we're worried about you people that, and if they don't want the job, or if we can't find nobody to take the job on the inside that already have a job, then we'll look out and see about you people that don't have a job and that want a job here. Like, that's craziness to me. That's crazy, but hey, I guess that's the way it is. So I don't really know what's going on with my stuff. I don't know if they always find somebody internally before they get to my application, or if they always find somebody who's more qualified than me. All I have is a couple years experience in daycare and babysitting and nanny. I don't have any experience being a teacher or a tutor or nothing like that. So, but yeah, but I'm praying. I hope and pray that I'll be coming to you guys soon saying, yeah, you remember this video I did talking about the struggle with my dream job? Well, guess what? I got it. That's going to be my next video in Jesus' name. That's what I'm believing, and that's what I receive. So look out for that video, you guys. And if they don't, then I'm just going to keep trying, because that's the job that I want, you know. So that's the struggle, guys. The struggle is real. And I know other people have struggles just being legally blind or being blind and trying to get their dream job in places where they're not, you know, where people don't want them because they're blind. Like, that's a terrible thing. And I know there's a lot of people, like I'm working with the OOD people. My husband and I, we both are opportunities for Ohioans with disabilities. And it's tough for me to even find a job through them, because it's hard for them to find a job for me where people are not feeling some kind of way about me being legally blind. You know, like, we're the last people they would want to hire. These people can't see. Why would we hire a blind woman? You know what I'm saying? They probably feel like that's I'm a liability. They got to help me. Why would they hire somebody? I'm just thinking of how they probably think, you know. They don't think of us as being independent and being able to do things. And some things we can probably do better than they can. But they look at the fact that, hey, this person can't see, so how are they going to do this job? Just like I've had somebody tell me, you know, what do I expect my husband to do about getting a job? He's blind. What do I expect him to do? So people really do think this way, even though my husband is very, very gifted, very talented. There's so many things that he can do and so many things that he does that some sighted people can't do. So don't put anything past a blind person. We know how to do some stuff. We can do some things that sighted people can't do. Even though we can't see it, we can still do it, you know? So my job that I'm trying to get has nothing to do with them being discriminative against me being legally blind, because everybody there is legally blind, all the children, you know what I'm saying? So they're not going to discriminate. But I know that there are certain job positions and job descriptions where people don't want to hire you, even if you have your degree. They don't want to hire you because they can't get past the fact that you can't see, or you can't see that well. They don't trust you. And it sucks. But I'm hoping and praying that I can get my dream job. And I believe that it'll happen for me. So that's what I wanted to bring to you guys. And also, don't get discouraged when stuff like this happens. Like I said, I've been filling out applications since June, and I'm not giving up yet. You know, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. And I'm going to just keep on trying and trying again. And eventually that application will go through and somebody will call me, because they done seen an application from me 50 times. And it's like, oh, this lady really wants this job. They done already received about 12 applications from me. So, and I don't know if I'm the only one that's like constantly putting in applications every time a job description comes up or a job opening comes up, you know. So just pray for me, you guys, you know, keep me in your prayers. And I'm going to keep praying too, praying for me and my husband that we both will get jobs, because that's That's our goal right now. Yeah, we're doing this YouTube thing and this social media thing, but that's not always promised to bring money in right away. You got to get up, work up to that. So it is good if you do have another job, especially if you have a job that can be intertwined with what you're doing on social media. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's what's up. My husband has a video coming that's going to tell you guys about his training and what he's going, what he's doing, and he's doing pretty good, you know. So today is day 2 for him. He already applied, went yesterday. So he's going to post day 1, and then today he's working on day 2 and he'll post that. So just look forward to it, guys. We're taking you guys along our journey. This is my job journey, and he's going to share his journey with going through training to see what kind of job he wants, or to see what kind of job he can do. I already have a goal. I'm like, this is what I want to do. But for him, he's more so trying to figure out what job would best fit him and what he's more comfortable doing. So that's that. But thank you guys for being along in our journey. Thank you for all your prayers, and I thank you for all of your good words, your kind words, your encouragement. I truly, truly appreciate it, and I always look forward to you guys in the comments. We truly, truly appreciate you, and we love you guys, and you guys are keeping us going, because if we didn't hear anything from y'all, we probably would have gave up. But because people are so encouraging and so kind in the comments, it makes us want to keep going. So thank you guys so much. We love you, love you, love you. God bless you. Thank you for the prayers going up. We appreciate it, and we can't wait to express our victory with you guys, because we're gonna overcome just like we overcame anything that has come in our way, any obstacles. We've overcome them. So this is just another one that you guys get to be a part of. So, yep, that's what's up. So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that post notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we go live or post a video. We got to have our views go up, y'all. So hit that post notification bell, and so you can watch the video. Some people don't watch because they don't know that we post. But if you hit that bell, you'll get the notification. And we thank you so much for watching our videos and liking and commenting. That is a blessing to us. It's helping us grow, and it's helping YouTube to push our videos out more. So thank you guys so much for your love and support. And we'll see you on the next one. Love ya. Bye.